you know, I've been around a long time, so don't give me the moral victory or your team's good or anything like that. You know, we came here to win and we didn't win. And I'm not happy that we didn't win. So, sure, they're 25th in the country and we're not and all that, but we came here to win. We had a chance to win Monday at Ohio State, and we gave it away in the last 2 minutes. Tonight, I'll take the blame for not winning. I did not substitute well in the second half, and our kids got tired. We did a hell of a job on the glass against one of the best rebounding teams in the country. I mean, I watched our Kansas game. Kansas is the #1 team in the country. Well, you saw it, so you know. And rebounding for us was the key in this game. We really did a good job of it, and then we got tired. They got a couple. And they got the rebound, they were loose balls, and they scored on them. Then a couple critical plays defensively where we let, I can't remember his name, but number 3 or whatever, get into the lane and make a floater when they were really struggling to shoot. And it was just an error by a guy that's played 3 games ever in the zone. And then the last thing that I probably did wrong, well, if you talk to our fans, I'm sure I did a lot more than that wrong, but number 12 has only practiced 4 times. I think he's going to be an all-league level player for us, and I probably shouldn't have played him as much as I did because he wasn't going to make those free throws. And he made some real errors defensively at the basket. You know, a couple of the layups they got late, he was trying to do too much, but he's had 4 days of practice. But we start our league. We have 2 league games, and one in November, one December 2nd, so I got to get him minutes. So that's why I did it. It really cost us. And then the last thing I'll say is, in my statement is, wow, they can guard. My God, they can guard. I mean, I thought you saw 2 really, really good defensive teams. I'm not going to try and tell you what to think, but I think we can really guard. And I think we guard goofy, they just go guard you. Obviously, I don't have the size and athletes that they do, so we do junk it up a little bit, but we cause a lot of problems with that thing. But they took Golke and Lampman out of the game. They took them out of the game. Townsend could do some stuff, but it was hard, and he got tired. And, you know, late in the game when we couldn't score, and they caught us and took the lead, and then we came back and took the lead, and we wore out. I think we were ahead 45-42, and we didn't score much for a while. And, you know, we were trying to clear Trey out and let him go, but he'd done it so many times he was just tired. And that's on them. That's on Illinois. I mean, I've done this a long time, and I don't, Shannon and the kid from Flint, Ty Rogers, I mean, those 2 guys got into us, and they did it all game. And usually when teams do that to you, you can run a lot of screens and rescreens and all the stuff that we were doing, and they'll make a mistake. They never made a mistake. We never got a look. Golke never got a look. I want him to shoot 15 threes a game, and he only got 6. And don't think he wasn't trying to get them. So Illinois can really guard.
All right, we'll open it up for questions here.
Is that the longest opening statement ever?
Greg, what about them defensively that makes them so difficult?
Size, athleticism, and strength. Size, athleticism, and strength. Now they have a couple little weaknesses, and I think we exploited them, but over time we can't keep that going, you know. I mean, they wanted to take the 3 away, and most teams don't. Most teams want to keep Townsend out for us. And they, you know, but as Trey got tired, and, you know, our other big guy, Conway, had a couple easy baskets in there. I think that when you're one-on-one, you know, but the other thing that we couldn't do against them that we'll do in our own level is run. You know, we want to play with pace. We play them with pace, we're going to lose 100-60. So we slowed the ball. We got a 10-second call, you know. I don't know how he can't look up at the clock and see that those 10 seconds are going off, but we wanted to slow the pace. And because of that, we didn't get our fluid run-in transition 3s in that. So their offense caused us to do that because of how good they are running. And that's a sign of a great team. That's a sign of a top team, because we had to play to them, and it cost us some of the things that we'd like to do.
Greg, is there something that happened with Rocket not playing in the second half, only 5 minutes in total?
Yeah, I wasn't happy with him. You know, he missed a check out in the first play of the game. They got to put back, and the whole emphasis is on rebound, and he's ball watched, and they got one. And then when I got mad about it, and then when I put him back in, at the end of the first half, we've got the lead, and we run a out of bounds play, and he forgets it. And then he goes and gets the ball and throws it away, and they get a run out and one. And we're not gonna win with that here. And Bobby Knight passed away last week, right? Go listen to his ass meets bench tirade that he had once. It's pretty funny, but it works. And so that's what I went with tonight. He'll be back Tuesday when we play, and we expect him to be good for us.
What were you able to do defensively to frustrate them, especially in the first half?
What we wanted to do is we didn't want to give Rogers and Shannon, is that his name, Shannon? Yeah, we didn't want to give Rogers and Shannon muscle moves to the basket. I mean, you watch film of them, and man, they catch it in transition, and they just strong bogart you to the rim. So we wanted to form a wall around that didn't, and we wanted them to make outside shots. And then we wanted to run at Damas and the other kid. Three, yeah. We wanted to run at them and make them dribble. So that was the whole game plan. The high ball screen, we were gonna, a lot of teams try and run high ball screen against that zone. You can't run that against our zone. The zone's made to guard that. It's the best thing that we do in that zone. So I think that, like Ohio State tried over and over to run that high ball screen. It didn't work. Brad saw that, and he had, he spread the floor, and he was trying to get it in the high post, low post. They hurt us a little bit on the block, but that wasn't going to beat us. We were you have to give up things when you're playing a team maybe that's better than you, and that was what we wanted to give up. But I really think the packing and not allowing those two kids to bogart their way to the rim was huge for us. It's what kept us in the game.
How did Gary A. 13 for them impact the game down the stretch there?
If I'm the Illinois coach, I give him the game ball, because they finally got him on Trey, and Trey was tired, but he couldn't. He really, Trey missed a few easy ones. Nothing's easy, but for Trey, they're easy, right? He's good. And his defense probably down the stretch. Now, I'm blaming myself that Trey was tired, but I never want to not give a young man credit, and I would give number 13 tremendous credit. And then he made 2 big free throws. We still had a chance to win that game when he went to the line, and he buried both those free throws. So I thought he was, the last 7-8 minutes of that game, he was the key to their success. Now, Shannon made a 97-foot three, too, that probably had something to do with it also, that ended the game. But you expect that from your great players. The way to win is the guy you don't expect to come out and do something special, and that's what 13 did.